Hi, welcome to Daily Recap. I'm Joe Buno.
I'm Barbara Gosson.
And this is your news. Earlier today, Barack Obama announced his national security team. The biggest of the ones announced was Hillary Clinton, who was given Secretary of State. There's been a lot of talk in the past week that she was going to be given Secretary of State, and today, in a press conference by Barack Obama, it was made official. Others of note, Robert Gates, the Defense Secretary of now, the current Defense Secretary, is going to continue his job. He will be the Defense Secretary in the Obama administration. The National Security Advisor will be Jim Jones, the retired Marine General. The United Nations Ambassador will be Susan Rice. The Homeland Security Secretary will be Janet Napolitano, the Arizona Governor. And the Attorney General will be Eric Holder. A lot of people felt like this wasn't the big splash of change that the Obama administration was going for in terms of announcing the national security team. Obama responded with, "I want to combine experience with fresh thinking." So a lot of people think that there wasn't enough reform here, but I think that Obama is right in terms of experience counting more than anything else.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that is the Susan Rice position of U.S. Ambassador to the UN was actually moved up to a cabinet position. It wasn't up there before, but Obama made the change.
Right.
And
so,
he moved the position up. So
right, so the United Nations
new and different.
Ambassador will not be a cabinet position.
Also, what's interesting about that is with Hillary Clinton being announced as Secretary of State, Bill Clinton has released the names of all the donors throughout the campaign, Clinton's campaign, to clear the way so that there's nothing standing in between Obama and Hillary's combination.
Right. Good. A lot of you have heard about the crisis in India in terms of Mumbai. There's been a lot of talk. Obviously, the crisis is over. For those of you who have not heard, the death toll was at 179 with 300 injured. There's been a lot of finger pointing in terms of who's responsible for this terrorist attack. India is demanding that Pakistan takes strong action, word for word, against those behind last week's massacre. It's not necessarily believed that Pakistan's government was behind the attacks, but it's strongly believed that a Pakistani terrorist organization known as, I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, Lashkar-e-Toiba, which is a terrorist group allied with Al-Qaeda that resides in Pakistan. They are believed to, it's possible that they're believed to be the ones behind the attacks. There was one surviving gunman from the actual incident, and he stated that he was from Lashkar and that he was actually trained by them, and it was a Lashkar attack. There has been communication from Lashkar-e-Toiba, and basically they have denied any involvement in the situation in terms of Mumbai. So a lot of finger pointing going on. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is going to be heading to New Delhi on Wednesday to try to quell tensions and make sure that this does not turn into a huge military affair. As of right now, both countries of Pakistan and India are nuclear armed. They do have nuclear weapons, and they're both strong allies of the United States. So it's very important that we do not see a war between these two countries, and Ms. Rice will certainly do her best to guarantee that that doesn't happen.
Yeah, very specifically, I mean, this was Thanksgiving here for us, but over there during the week at the Mumbai Chabad Center, and for those who don't know, the Chabad is the Jewish life, so it was run by Americans, and they were held hostage, and they were held under gunpoint, and the rabbi there and his wife were both killed, along with 2 other Israelis, and I believe 3 other Americans. It was tragic. I knew people there. They thankfully got out, but it really hit home. Their child, the rabbi and his wife, was able to escape out a back door with one of the local cooks. So that was thankful that someone was able to get out of there, but it was really very tragic and hard to hear.
Yeah, that definitely does sound very sad. In terms of sad, nothing really struck me as so sad to hear in terms of what happened on Long Island on Black Friday. A 34-year-old male who worked at the Walmart in Valley Stream was trampled and stampeded to death. Black Friday shoppers lined up as early as 10 p.m. the night before Black Friday, 10 p.m. actually on Thanksgiving, waiting hours on end to get into Walmart to save a lot of money on deals in terms of Christmas shopping. Among some of the headlines were a $800 Sony LCD television, I think a 42-inch and 50-inch television. What ended up happening was the line got so hectic and wild, people from the back started pushing. The line was anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 people pushing from the rear, and the actual doors, the actual moving doors that they had, the motion sensor doors, were basically crushed like an accordion, and customers just stormed into the store trying to take advantage of early sales, and a 34-year-old male of Valley Stream was trampled and killed. He wasn't pronounced dead for another hour. Officials and workers at Walmart did everything that they could to save his life, but absolutely just a ridiculous occurrence. I mean, something that obviously is not great to hear on Thanksgiving weekend.
I mean, it's the holidays. We can wait in line. Yep. Today, December 1st, is National World AIDS Day. International. One of his biggest goals for his term in office was to get as much treatment as possible down to Africa for treatment of AIDS, and it's just all about getting the awareness out there. It's a huge epidemic. It affects millions of people, and it's just something that we should all know about and have knowledge on, so that we can help prevent ourselves and our loved ones from getting it as well.
Well, yes, and Monday is International AIDS Day, but also today, something that's a little bit more new is today is Cyber Monday. For those of you who are not aware of what Cyber Monday is the first Monday after Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and it's known to have the largest internet sales in terms of internet shopping between sites like Amazon and Buy.com. There are many, even some of the big shots like Apple, I'm aware, is actually doing sales today. Cyber Monday has actually become sort of like a revolution similar to Black Friday. It was highly commercialized, and a lot of people will be ordering from the convenience of their homes or their workplaces today for Cyber Monday to take advantage of great deals for December holiday shopping.
And you don't have to wait in lines if you're shopping online.
Yep, it's click away, and a lot of people
Stay
prefer
in bed
that
just
than
go on your computer.
Right, than having to face hundreds and hundreds of people on Black Friday in terms of those crowds. And you can take advantage of very similar deals.
They have a lot of deals online. I know Best Buy does a lot of things.
Right.
All of those electronics. If you want electronics, just go online.
So if you were considering buying something in the next couple of weeks online, and you wanted to take advantage of some, good pricing, especially with the state of the economy as of now, I highly recommend go online, find a website, and try to get some holiday shopping done from the convenience of your home or workplace. Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, Plaxico Burress, wide receiver for the New York Giants, surrendered this morning. Plaxico Burress was arrested. Or no, he was not arrested. He was actually, I don't even know the word. He got in trouble.
Oops.
I'm having trouble reporting on the story because I'm trying so hard not to laugh. He shot himself in the leg.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yes.
Really?
Wide receiver of the Giants. Giants right now playing some of the best football in the National Football League. They're 11-1. Yes, absolutely stellar team. Plaxico Burress was just clowning around a nightclub, and he accidentally fired his gun, and he shot himself in the leg. Yeah. I don't think that there's any other way to really say it. It didn't hit any major arteries. He wasn't critically injured. It was not life-threatening. The cover of today's Daily News, for you Albany students, we do have Daily News on campus if you'd like to pick one up. A lot of people feel like that he finds this whole situation funny, like he was joking around about it. So I think it's fair to say that we've seen the last of Plaxico Burress in New York Giant blue. I don't think he's going to be playing another game this season. He is facing charges for illegal possession of a gun without a permit. That's ridiculous.
And really, if you're going to have a gun, just don't shoot yourself in the leg.
Try not to shoot at all.
Yeah.
It's for self-defense.
Gun if you don't need it.
Right. So
I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things to do over the holidays is go to the movies, because really nothing else is open, and I like to get out of the house every once in a while.
Right.
So, do you have movie times? Quotes for the weekend?
Well, yes. 4 Christmases, or I think that's the title. Four Christmases, right.
Yep.
46.7 million in the box office, was number one this weekend. Thanksgiving weekend is normally a very large box office weekend. It's just a lot of people, you know, they enjoy Thanksgiving on Thursday. Black Friday's a lot of shopping, and then I guess Saturday and Sunday it's off at the movies.
Good movie.
For those of you who don't know, Four Christmases, starring Vince Vaughn and
Reese Witherspoon.
Correct. It's supposed to be very funny. I haven't actually talked to anybody who's seen it, but
If you're looking for a good holiday movie, this looks like it'll be the one.
Right. Twilight finished number 2 after its $70 million opening last weekend. So that garnished nearly another $40 million in revenue. Bolt, the children's movie featuring John Travolta
and Miley
with
Cyrus.
The boys, and Miley Cyrus
Everyone's favorite.
got $36 million. Quantum of Solace. A lot of people thought it was going to do much better in the box office. That got $28 million, finishing 4. And then number 5, the one that I saw and I really enjoyed, I highly recommend it for anybody who likes, good drama, good gritty drama. Australia with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I'm dying to see that. I love Baz Luhrmann.
Yep.
Moulin Rouge.
Yep.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yep.
He's a great director, I'm sure. It was a fantastic movie.
Yes, it was excellent. Hugh Jackman, fantastic. Nicole Kidman, also outstanding. But I mean, the highlight of the movie was the child actor named Brandon Walters, I believe. Yes, Brandon Walters. He played Nulla in the epic. Absolutely fantastic child acting. So be sure to check out Australia because he was definitely the highlight of the film. Really, really.
Yeah. Hopefully he won't end up like some other child stars.
Right. If you're not a big fan of long movies, I don't recommend Australia. It's 2 hours and like 50 minutes or so.
You gotta commit.
So yeah, it definitely feels that long. So be sure to know that beforehand. In sporting news, the Jets lost to the Broncos. They had built up quite a bit of momentum after defeating the Tennessee Titans and New England Patriots in the past few weeks. They lost to the Broncos. Brett Favre never looked like he really entered his comfort zone in a very wet and cold day in East Rutherford. The Giants continued their dominance despite the Plaxico Burress controversies. They defeated the Washington Redskins 34-17. I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. No. That is yes.
Yes, that is
I got it
correct.
right. Sorry. The New England Patriots lost to Pittsburgh. They looked. Ben Roethlisberger, Troy Polamalu looked stellar playing against the Steelers. They won 33-10. And the Buffalo Bills lost to the San Francisco 49ers. Any Bills fans out there?
Right here.
I'm sorry.
It's a hard day.
You started out 4-0 and talk about a turnaround. I mean,
it's okay.
losing to the 49ers 10-3.
Get them back.
That's just bad. That's just terrible.
Gotta have the love for the Bills.
Right. For those of you who tuned into this morning's broadcast of Wake Up Albany, we share with you some energy information in terms of on campus. I'd like to share some of those numbers with you. For all you guys on Dutch Quad, including myself, I live on Dutch. Turn off a light, okay? Turn off a computer monitor. Try to save some energy because we are the worst. We use the most, or increasingly the most energy of any quad or apartment region on campus. Our energy consumption went up by 4%. The best, State Quad.
State Quad.
Yep. State Quad went down 6%, so you guys are definitely the most green. This has been a united effort by just everybody on campus to try and
green your routine, as they say.
That's not bad. Green your routine.
I didn't come up with it.
Okay.
But I think it was last week was Green Week.
Oh,
the
okay.
national NBC Universal with their The More You Know campaign. They had National Green Week where they put in green themes into their shows like The Office and 30 Rock and all of those famous shows that everyone watches. Like, oh, now all of a sudden they're all going green. So maybe you should too.
Yeah,
lots of PSAs out there.
Yeah.
Green's important.
And UAlbany's very committed to going green, and I'm behind 100%. I think every little bit helps.
Reusable green bags, shopping bags, grocery bags.
Turn off lights during the day. Use daylight. Like I said this earlier.
Bring your own coffee mug to Corner Cafe, and they'll just fill it for you. And there's not a empty paper cup.
Yep. Fluorescent light bulbs help save energy.
Yep.
So UAlbany spends $7 million a year in energy, so it's very important that we try to cut that back as much as possible.
That's good.
So go green, everybody. Yeah. Definitely try to save as much energy as possible. For those of you big into entertainment news, or even just, well, maybe not Yankee news, but Madonna and A-Rod were spotted in Mexico City. Their romance has been rumored for months.
Yeah, it has.
16-year difference, I guess, doesn't mean much to the baseball player worth $300 million. Madonna's obviously 50 years old.
Yep.
He is 34, and
let's face it, she looks great for 50.
No, she looks phenomenal for, but she's still 50.
So I'm not the one to say cougar, but
right. Well, Madonna and A-Rod's romance has been rumored for weeks. It's rumored that they are going to come out and state that they are an item by Christmas. So if any of you are following that,
well, you've seen little pictures of Madonna's son Rocco wearing a Yankees shirt.
Oh,
I'm
really?
sure much to the dismay of Guy Ritchie.
Oh yeah, I bet you Guy Ritchie is not a fan of that. And so yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Albany.
Great.
That's why we're shooting outside.
It is December and we are outside.
December 1st, Monday, December 1st, and it is like 45 degrees out, absolutely beautiful.
Sunny. I mean, the drive yesterday, I don't know how many of you did it, but coming from upstate, it's very snowy, very rainy, very packed.
Definitely took a while. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance this will be our last broadcast outside for a good time. The winter is coming. Cold weather should be returning next week after we enjoy, I guess, a couple of days of mediocre weather like this.
But I mean, I like snow. I'm kind of excited for it.
Right. Yes. Oh yeah, it's snow in Albany. We're gonna see a lot of it.
Pretty common feature of being in upstate is the snow.
Well, from outside on the Albany campus, I'm Joe Buno.
I'm Barbara Gossen.
Thank you for turning into Daily Recap.